on the front of the report that we put out, there is a statement right here. And it is the failure to live in accordance with that statement that is essentially at the heart of what is wrong with the government of DeKalb County today. The Constitution of Georgia is no great literary work. I will tell you that up front. There are a couple of sentences, though, that are inspiring. I don't know who wrote them. I know they have been in the Constitution of Georgia since at least 1877. And they say it all. If they were followed by all of the governments of the state of Georgia, we would have vastly better government than we have today. And I'm going to read this to you. All government of right originates with the people, is founded upon their will only, and is instituted solely for the good of the whole. Public officers are the trustees and servants of the people, and are at all times amenable to them. Those two sentences say it all. The government originates with the people, belongs to them, and public officers. We'll have to have Richard Hyde help me. Richard Hyde is the investigator that has worked with me for 35 years. And I said, there are a couple of things you need to understand. If you hire us, it will be independent, and it will be thorough and sifting, and you will not get to see any preview of any report we do. The day you see the report is the day it is turned loose to the public. No previews. We don't do that. And it's totally independent. We are wrong sometimes, but we are independent as all get out. Number three, it will cost you a lot of money, a ton of money. If you're asking for a big job, you have 6,000 employees. This county has 700,000 residents, and 6,000 employees is a big organization. And we will find things, I guarantee you, that you can't even dream of in terms of ugliness. I just know. I've been doing this 40 years, actually 42 years. And plus, I'm 73 years old, and I just know a little bit about humanity. I've been around a while. And furthermore, and this is important, I said, you need to go home and talk to your wife and make sure she thinks you're doing the right thing. Because my wife would not let me do such a thing as you're proposing. I told him that. He wanted to do it anyway. And it was not 2 weeks, it was not 1 week before he called me and said, you need to back off. How did he do that? He said, you need to get Mr. Hyde not to interview Morris Williams. And I knew that fast we have got a major train wreck about to happen. And it went downhill from then, folks. I take no delight in what we found. I went to high school in this county. I went to Southwest DeKalb High School. I graduated from high school there in 1959, long before most of y'all were born. My children went to Redan High School and Allgood Elementary School. In fact, some of y'all have already told me you lived in the Allgood Road community. I lived there from 1970 to 1999. Why? Because it was the best place in the Atlanta area to live. And my children got a wonderful education. It was a great place to live. The only reason I moved, you don't know why I moved? I got beat running for governor. And I needed to move to find a cheaper place to live. We moved to a condo. That's all. What we found is tragic. We found that the government of DeKalb County is in terrible, terrible shape. It's all in this report. It's not a long report, because it doesn't take a lot to say the dang thing is corrupt. It's 40 pages, plus some attachments. If you want a copy, I can send you one email. We've run out of printed copies. I don't even have one with a cover on it. They had to give me one with a paper cover. It's awful. It is so sad. It just makes me sad. What can you do? I've been asked that. I'm not going to go through all the findings. They're all in here. I made an outline before coming here tonight. 2 pages. Basically, what we found is the leadership is a disaster. The leadership does not work. Spending has no discipline whatsoever at the highest levels of your government. What can y'all do about it? I told the lady right back here on the next to the last row sitting by the aisle, there are a couple of things I would do if I were a citizen of DeKalb County, because nobody is going to do it for you. The GBI ain't going to do it. The Attorney General is not going to do it. Nobody can do it for you. What would I do? I would elect me a district attorney who is mean as hell and straight as an arrow. That's what I would do. That's the single most important thing you can do. Because you hadn't got it today. I'm just telling you, I'm being straight with you. If I get shot on the way home, y'all know where to start looking. You need a straight arrow, mean as a rattlesnake, mean as a junkyard dog district attorney who will take hold and do something. And I'm not trying to run anybody's campaign. I'm not involved. I'm not going to get involved. That's number one. You need to insist that there be an equally mean, tough county attorney. The county attorney has a peculiar job in a couple of respects. Number one, they can't fire her or him. It takes 5 affirmative votes with cause, which basically means they can't fire them.